and very well deserved, I think, in my eyes. I mean, come on. It's all been you so far.
I hope you're happy.
Extremely happy, actually. Can be happier.
I'm quietly concerned.
Previously on Irrelevant Suggestions.
If we can get 10 likes, I swear on my life and my family's life, I will have an endorsement from Shooter McGavin next episode.
Well, there's a challenge.
There's a
Sit
challenge,
down there,
go.
folks.
Hey, sports fans. Shooter McGavin in the house. Shooter. So, a deal was made, and a man has to get paid. Thanks, Will. So, anyhow, check out Irrelevant Suggestions. I have, and, well, it's complete shit. Yeah, apparently it's that bad. Now, I know it's not necessary to tell you that it's coming from one of your friends who loves you, but, my God, complete shit, apparently. Work on that for the next time. Irrelevant Suggestions. That's already funny. Have a good time, lads. Shoot out.
He's not wrong, is he?
He's
not wrong.
He's not wrong.
But listen, maybe this week there'll be a chance to change that. Welcome to Irrelevant Suggestions. Hey, round of applause. Here we go. Will's loving this.
Fuck.
And a secondary round of applause, because this week it's me in the hot seat. Hey!
A secondary round of
It
applause.
deserves its own one. It really does.
Oh, what have we created?
Oh, we've created a real monster. Yeah, it's me. Listen, I'm in the hot seat. It's my turn. My turn to shine. Will, how are you, mate? How are you?
I'm very well. 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. Come on, mate. Put a bit of effort.
Try and work with that.
Put a bit of effort.
Try and work
Come
with
on.
that.
How does it feel in the auxiliary seat?
Listen, being sat in this seat for me, I mean, I feel honoured, actually. Yeah.
Oh, well, you've really turned that one around, haven't you? Yeah.
The amount of effort that you must have put in for this show.
I've really been knuckling down the last few weeks.
Nuggling down.
And listen, I've been nuggling down, and it really shows because the producers have decided it's time to give me a go. But you swap roles,
They've given you the nod, haven't they?
They rang me up. They said, "Listen, Rob.
Yeah.
We see potential in you. Will, he is what he is.
Right.
Maybe we need to mix things up a bit. The ratings aren't going well, so."
You know what? I suppose factually, if you were to look at it, the ratings haven't been
really, but they've never been well. So
no,
yeah. Maybe
and
I don't know what data they're looking at, but whatever. So you've had a demotion.
Yes.
And I've had a promotion.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I think it could be really good for us. Don't you think?
Yes.
Don't you think? You'll still obviously have to pay for everything.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect...
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. But, hey, listen, let's see how the next half an hour goes.
Yeah, I think, strap yourselves in.
Hard. Strap yourselves in hard.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long ride.
Yeah, and actually, I can't ask questions, can I? I'm the interviewee, I suppose. Well,
No. I'll allow it.
Are you allowed? You're okay with that?
I'm okay. Just one.
What was that you just did with your hand? You sort of,
Just one.
You beckoned my question.
Come on then. Ask your little question.
It's as if there's
It's a power trip, this. It really is.
It's as if there's
gone to my head.
some sort of invisible barrier here. You feel very...
Come in, sit there.
Feel very safe behind.
Yeah.
I forgot my question now. It was...
classic
It
guest.
I was going to say along the lines of... It's a nicer view from over there, isn't it? All the art.
Well, no, not really.
Oh, really?
No, I'll take that one. Was that you? That wasn't really a question, was it?
No,
it was
it's
just
a statement, yeah.
An incorrect statement.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Okay, that's enough from you.
I'm in the hot seat, yeah.
Anyway,
That's enough for me!
I'm loving this, I really am.
He's just come out with an anyway.
Yeah.
So he's moving the show.
I've got to really get into it before. This is my only chance.
Yeah.
I want to just dive into it. Let's dive into it.
Sure.
So I read an article this week.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which, it was fantastic. It's our old pal, Dinny Trimp.
Donald Trump.
Din to his friends. Essentially, in a nutshell, it's around him questioning his very senior advisor
Right.
about badges. Have you read this?
I haven't.
You read this? You heard about this?
No, I haven't actually. No, sir.
For some reason, Din just doesn't know what badges are, and it's quite frankly hilarious.
Well, he doesn't actually know what a badger is.
Well, he was asking quite explicitly, how do they work? Was genuine statement. How do badgers work?
What do you mean?
What do they do? He just doesn't know what a badger is. He's so far removed from reality. And I was thinking,
He doesn't know what a badger
he doesn't know what a badger is.
But
How do they work? Come on, tell me, how do they work? It's just, I've just loved to have been in that room to see that conversation of just him, because essentially the bloke who he was asking is from Wisconsin, which is the Badger State.
Right.
But it's called the Badger State because they've got loads of history of like mining and things like that. It's not because that's the only place that has badgers. but Don, in his infinite wisdom, has gone, oh, you're from Wisconsin. Someone else had told me that's the Badger State.
Right.
What the hell is a badger? It's brilliant. It is brilliant. And it's got me thinking, for years, I've had this real hatred of Din.
Yeah.
Understandably.
Yeah.
It's gone.
It's gone.
I think he's hilarious. He's just... He brightens up my day these days just with these antics of just complete nonsensical rubbish.
Yeah, I didn't realise. I hadn't seen that because is that on Twitter?
The article was a Guardian article that I read.
Oh, okay.
Of course it was.
Don't tell my grandfather. Christ.
Liberal loony.
He hates the Guardian. He absolutely hates.
What
the
is
Guardian.
he? Is he a mail reader? Is he?
No, he doesn't read the mail. He reads Guido Fawkes.
Of course he does.
Have you heard that?
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. That's utter brilliant. Me and your granddad would not get on.
Have you met each other?
No.
No.
I think it would be a clash of the titans, don't you?
I think he would dismantle you.
Do you think?
He's a trained killer. He's a trained killer.
I'd be dead.
He's got an award from the Queen for killing.
For murdering people.
For murder. Yeah.
Well, let me avoid that one then.
Yeah.
Anyway, my whole perspective's changed. I used to just, get really annoyed at what he was up to, but now I'm just letting it go and just thinking, you know what?
Yeah.
Let him just do whatever crazy shit he wants to do.
Because
fantastic.
You went through a phase of writing to him on Twitter, didn't you?
This was even before he was even anywhere near being. This is when he was just Don himself.
Wait, so hang on a minute.
Yeah.
This is an old clip.
No. This is the Badger thing is new, but
right.
I mean, I've been actively trolling.
Oh,
him
you didn't
online
like him from before?
For years before.
Yeah.
And it seemed to kind of weirdly coincide when I started doing it quite regularly to when he kind of gained the confidence to think that he could be Relevant Suggestions. Well done, good product placement there. I'm in the middle of something here, so could you just...
Sorry.
If you're bored, just
no,
let
I'm not
me know.
bored. No, I'm not bored. I'm just doing my job.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Doing my job.
Anyway, it seems that his presidential candidacy seemed to coincide with me ramping up the whole trolling thing, so in a weird sense, I think he might have seen him and thought, I'm going to show you, Mr. Rook.
Well, you fed the monster, and actually...
I fed the monster.
Actually, what's very funny about what you just said is...
if you were listening.
Ironically, as I did on camera, a small joke, I just showed this book, not written by me, but it's called Trust Me, I'm Lying. Financial Times, an astonishing, disturbing book. I was recommended this book by my father, and it's called Trust Me, I'm Lying, Confessions of a Media Manipulator, and it actually goes into detail about how Don...
Yeah.
The whole thing sort of manifested itself. Yeah, because
how he was spawned.
For years, he constantly used to say he was going to run for president because it was...
He used to be a Democrat, though, didn't he? He used to say, it doesn't really matter, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm a Democrat, whatever.
Yeah, well, he said for years he used to say he was going to run because it would spike ratings and interest in his world.
It would make him money, essentially.
To be honest, I honestly can't imagine a world without his presence in the sense of sort of media presence.
Okay.
Because he's now obviously the most talked about human being in the world.
Yeah.
So when let's say he doesn't get re-elected, I'd just be fascinated to see what he does. Because
how's he going to top this?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, the world will be better off without him, but
yeah. Donald Trump, bone spurs, Vietnam. Didn't fancy it.
Yeah, if you ever go online and you check out that video, it's hilarious.
I just did a segue for you there, Rob. I was
Listen, I can do my own segues.
19. Yeah, whatever.
I'm just trying to let you, you know.
Yeah. No, that's
speak.
cool.
I'm
Right.
trying to let you speak.
Back to you, sir. Back
Yeah.
to you.
Jesus. Half an hour and you've already just
yeah.
tried to derail me. It's like you want me to fail.
Sorry,
There's
man.
no support.
No,
Absolutely no support.
Yeah, I
The
should.
other thing as well is, see, it's easy. It's easy. It's not just you who do it.
The other thing as well is
That's just called a segue. There you go.
Yeah.
Done. Obviously, he was acquitted, wasn't he, from the thing that he did?
Yeah, he was.
And then he went full OJ and just
Yes.
basically admitted he'd done it
Yeah.
because he knew he got away with it.
Yes.
Which I thought was hilarious. It's classic Don.
Donald Trump, you gotta love him.
Gotta love him. Anyway, that's enough of that fool.
Yes.
Let's move on. Let's segue away from that and into something else.
Oh.
See how easy and smooth that was?
Yeah, that was
Easy
good. That
peasy.
was very good.
There's been a few. What was that?
That's probably my camera.
Let's carry on.
Yeah.
There's been a few movie
Mm-hmm.
viewings happen this week between the two of us.
There has actually, yes.
You went to go see Parasite, is that correct?
I did go and see Parasite.
My researchers have told me that you went to see that. How was it? Tell me about it.
I have to say, Parasite is probably one of the best films I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well,
Yeah.
Parasite.
Parasite, the greatest film ever coming out of Dublin.
I'm gonna go see that Parasite film and down the cinemas. All right, okay. So, any more on that one? Just
yeah, it
just
was.
It was very, very good.
It was. I read a review about it, and it sort of did encapsulate for me what that film kind of was.
Yeah.
And it was very much a sort of a Shakespearean play.
We've
And-
gone full circle.
Yeah, and the director himself actually said something along the lines of it's a comedy without clowns and a horror movie without ghosts.
Oh, what's destined to fail? Jill speaks Shakespeare. Directed by Jill Shakespeare.
No, seriously, it's an absolutely phenomenal movie, and
you recommend it? 5 out of 10?
yeah, for sure, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Ooh.
Yeah, and
Not even a 9.5.
no,
not even
10
a
out
room
of 10.
for
10 out of 10.
a full 10.
I could honestly watch it again
Again and again.
because I think it's layered. It's just beautifully shot, and there's a lot of genius in it in so many different levels.
Yep.
So it visually and physically shows you sort of metaphors whilst actually the language does it as well.
Look at you, thinking yourself a little
Yeah.
little critic there, aren't you?
Like a lot of the time,
I think it's really, really good, actually.
like when somebody's actions in the film are sort of, as you would say, over the line, across the line, there are visual lines by the sort of geometry of the shot. So
I see.
So, for example, there's a scene at the very beginning where you don't realise it until you read a review on it and it says that.
Yeah. Okay, so you didn't pick that up when
I
you were watching
certainly didn't pick that up.
You had someone else do the thinking for you there on that one.
Yeah, somebody.
Yeah. Maybe stick to the day job, whatever that is.
Yeah, but like there's a scene where the woman, the house helper, goes to get the owner of the house to wake up. She's asleep in the garden at the garden table, and she stood there. And then the camera is behind a sort of the glass room or like conservatory.
Don't ruin it.
And there's a line in the middle, and she's there going, "Madam, madam," and she doesn't hear. And then she moves her hand next to her head and goes to wake her up.
Right.
And her hands from the shot go across this sort of line.
She's crossed
the line. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
very intelligent. Very intelligent.
That's enough from me on that film.
Well, I haven't seen it, so I can't really contribute on that. Can I?
No, but seriously, go and watch it. It's one of the best films.
Did you watch it in the cinema? Or
Yes, sir.
Oh,
yes, sir.
Oof. Dodged a bullet on that one. I thought you might have gone down the illegal route.
I would highly recommend watching that in the cinema.
Okay, it's worth it, is it?
Absolutely. It's absolutely incredible. It's got the most iconic scenes I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I'll have to go see it then.
You should.
Oh, well.
I'll come with you.
Yeah, well, come with me. You can pay. So, another film that we have both seen.
Correct.
Is 1917.
Yes.
War film, World War One.
Great year for wine.
Really?
No, I don't know.
Okay, you just made that up. Bad year for everything.
Bad year for men. For white men. Thank God.
Well,
thank God finally they've had a bit of retribution.
Well,
Actually, no.
About a million Indians fought in them. So.
Well, no, I know. No,
William.
who was that chap that
William.
that went on ITV and he was angry at 1917 because they
Because of
portrayed
the diversity
yeah,
between.
and he got absolutely.
That one's not accurate at all. Yeah. It's just like, Jesus, just let it go, man. Let it be.
No, but the thing was, it was accurate.
Yeah, of course it
That
was.
was-
Yeah,
that
but
was-
he was just in his
Yeah.
pea brain. It's just,
Yeah.
it was a white man's war. Was it your granddad?
What
Was it your granddad
No.
who was angry?
No, he's not racist.
He's not racist.
No, he's not racist.
He's just a killer.
He's just a cold-blooded killer.
Yeah. Well, you
yeah.
know, I enjoyed that. I thoroughly enjoyed that film. I
Yeah.
thought it was a great depiction
Honestly,
of the horrors of war.
it was a fantastic film.
And it got me thinking about, like, literally, if we were born 100 years ago, that could have been us.
It could have been.
It could have been us. And I was thinking, if that was the case, this is how I think it would go down.
Right.
I would sign up.
You would.
You would sign up.
You would genuinely sign up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the time, you probably would.
Adventure.
You'd be, in some scummy like industrial town, and there's not really much going on there. So
That's
you join
true.
up and fight the Germans,
Right. Yeah.
get the Bosch.
The Hun.
They go fight on
What was the other word for them?
the
Hun.
Bosch.
The Bosch.
Yeah, we're gonna beat the Bosch. The big push. Come on, lads. Let's go in and get at these Hun.
Listen,
It's fantastic.
my thoughts were that you wouldn't.
I wouldn't even sign up in the first place.
You wouldn't get past basic training.
I'm incredibly unfit and unwell. So
The first and last civil execution on the training ground.
he deserted on
Come on,
basic
lads.
training.
Come on, lads.
Oh, not for me. This.
Everybody, get ready. Rob, could you stay back? Private Rob, could you
Private
stay
Rook, what are you doing? Stay back, please. We need to have a word.
Private Rook, stay back. Go send a message to your family. Send a message to family.
Mother, father,
I'm off to France.
I'm off to France to fight the Hun. Oh, no, you're not, lad. Come here.
Yeah, Rook, just hang back there, Mr. Rook.
See that pole? Just go and stand by.
Hands up, son.
Any last words? What's happening?
So you are a
Ready and fire!
you are a disgrace to the British Army.
I've never seen anyone complete that obstacle course in such a lackluster manner.
I've never seen anyone.
It's criminal offence.
I've never met anyone so fucking opinionated in my whole life.
Clean your gun, get your shit together. That's all we ask. And what do you do? The food's atrocious.
I can imagine you if you were in a trench writing constant poetry and spieling it off to your fellow comrades.
Comrades,
the
listen to this.
The dust amongst my feet.
The rats gnaw at me constantly. No, well, I think it would be somehow that we would end up fighting together, and I get the impression that you would somehow get me killed.
I definitely would try.
Yeah, you would trip me up as we're going over the top.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get shot. I'd just dive, like
Yeah.
concussion or something.
I know this is not factually true, but didn't they?
No, they were all white.
They were all good, honest, white
honest,
men.
decent. Oh,
Back in our day, back in the good days,
back in the good old days, when millions died.
But a lot of people. I mean, apart from the sort of shelling, the bombs. That's a technical term for bombing, guys.
Well, there you go.
Shelling. Didn't a lot of the time? I mean, you just be sat there apparently.
Well, I guess so. Yeah, I guess it would be quite a boring existence, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Unless there's a big push to get involved in, or
4 days on the front line,
Yeah.
and it's a rotation, isn't it? So 4 days on the front line, and then
I'm sure there'd be some exceptions to that. I'm sure.
No, definitely 4 days.
No, solidly 4 days.
It was
4 days doesn't seem. That's like Monday to Thursday. It's half a week.
It was 4 days every sort of 2 weeks or a week or whatever.
Really.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then the rest of the time, you just were.
I've got this image of you being there on the front for like months and months. Obviously not.
Well, Rob,
Probably mentally exhausting.
let me explain something to you about
You
trenches.
explain it to me. Come on.
So you had the front line,
Yes.
quite literally.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then loads of auxiliary trenches. Yes.
Oh,
Come on.
look at this guy.
Jeez.
Auxiliary trenches.
That's the correct word.
You're such a dick. You had to use the word auxiliary, didn't you?
Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, I can't, unfortunately.
Yeah, there you go.
But then you obviously have these other trenches.
Yeah.
And
These other trenches.
yes, and they have different sort of the directions and whatever.
Yeah.
And then 4 days you'd spend on the front line, and then there'd be the rotation.
Okay. That doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah, I could hack.
Don't know what all the fuss was about that.
I don't know what the fuss was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they apparently used to shoot over each other's heads and stuff, didn't they? Because
a lot of them didn't
want to kill.
Yeah, didn't want to kill, so a lot of wasted bullets.
Yeah.
Inefficient.
Did you see that film remade or made by Peter Jackson? They
Peter
Shall Not Grow Old.
Yeah, I saw that the black and white converted to colour.
Yeah,
one.
I've seen that
Yeah,
3
very
and
good.
sound added as well.
Yeah.
I've seen that 3 times.
Really gives you a good perspective.
I absolutely loved that film.
Yeah, it was great. It was 10
Mhm.
out of 10. Well, 9.5. I would never give anything 10.
You
Come on.
wouldn't.
No. There's always room for improvement. Let's be honest. But yeah, I think if we were to be alive at that time, it would not have gone well.
If you could pick a war, what war would you go into?
7-day war. Only lasted 7 days. There you go.
Is that a real war?
Yeah. It's in the Middle East, though. So.
The 7-day war.
So you'd have to do a bit of travelling.
Was it brutal? Was it bloody?
Don't think so. It only lasted 7 days, so if you're on holiday, you'd miss it.
I think I'd opt for the Cold War person.
The Cold War.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but then you might have to end up on a nuclear submarine.
A nuke.
Apparently, if a nuclear submarine fires its missile,
Mm-hmm.
it's immediately detectable and therefore will be instantly destroyed. So in essence, a nuclear submarine is
Really?
a suicide weapon.
Is that right?
So that's what you sign up for. Anyway.
So somebody sort of perusing the bottom of the ocean out there at the moment.
We'll fire these missiles and we'll scamper away. No, lads. Come on, lads. We know that. We all know what we signed up for.
But what are you supposed to... What, so if somebody shoots a missile from a submarine and it doesn't even surface the water?
No. If you fire off a missile,
Yeah.
the radiation that comes from it or whatever,
Yeah.
it's instantly detectable by radar or whatever.
Right.
Oh, there is a submarine.
Yes.
You'll just be destroyed. So anyone listening out there,
Yeah. Could you imagine being at the bottom, sort of, nothing will ever
streaming
happen.
first class.
Nothing will ever happen.
We'll be fine down here.
10 years later. Okay, lads.
Right, lads. Prepare tube 1.
Okay. Private, prepare tube 1. Is this a drill, sir? Load the vessel, sir.
Load the missile.
Okay, sir. Go ahead and shoot that nuke off.
What's gonna happen? Yeah, you're dead. You're dead, basically.
You damned. Yeah.
You're done. You're done. Diddly done.
Christ.
Okay, well, that's enough for war.
Checking his notes. He's got. Have you got something else lined up?
Yeah, I've got a couple of things.
Oh,
So
God.
I'm gonna keep going.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, you're loving this, aren't you?
Oh.
We've got a storm coming.
He's got a storm segue.
Yeah, there we
Hey,
go. There
this
we
guy.
go. Yeah.
Oh.
Did you encounter the high winds last week? Last
Why are
weekend?
you asking me about the weather?
Listen, we're stuck in this trench. We might as well talk about
clutch straws. We got a storm coming. What is this? What has this come to? We got a storm.
Hey, listen, you put me in this seat, so
Did you experience those winds last week?
did you?
Yeah, briefly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Well done.
The weather actually has affected my weekend because I was going to go for a cycle this morning.
Well, that was. Oh well, you've kind of.
Oh,
You kind of segued into my final.
Oh, sorry.
I like to keep a very rigorous structured
Sorry.
podcast. You've just blended the lines.
Oh.
Well, you might as well go on. Say what you need to say.
Well, I was going to go for a bike ride this morning.
Yeah.
I've recently purchased.
I'd love to see you get knocked off your bike by a high wind, a gust of.
Well, yeah, they,
Still pedaling.
You know the sort of professional Tour de France
Tour de France.
bikes. They're so light
Mm-hmm.
that they actually have to add weights onto their bikes.
So they don't blow over.
Well, technically not because they don't blow. Yes, partly, but also because of there's a minimum weight sort of requirement to enter the race. Tour de France. That's the only requirement.
Well,
So anyone.
I wouldn't have a problem.
You could enter.
The bike could be as light as it needs to be. Whatever, doesn't matter. I would meet the minimum.
Imagine if you turned out to be an incredible cyclist.
I've seen the Tour de Britain in Wales once. They nearly ran over me dad. It's on the telly, actually. It's on ITV. You can see it. They literally go around a corner, and my dad is literally standing there, and he very nearly gets eventually killed by his
Really?
They go really fast. They just whiz past. Waste of time. You spend a lot of time waiting and then they're just gone.
I tell you what, cyclists are a very strange group of people.
Are you trying to become a...
No, I don't want to be like the sort of
Have you
mainstream.
got any lycras?
Yes. The thing is,
Yeah.
genuinely, you have to wear those clothes.
You don't.
You do.
You don't.
Okay, let me explain why. If you don't wear those lycras, you don't have anywhere to put your items, like your phone or your keys or anything like that. So whilst you're cycling, you actually do have to wear those clothes because they have these little pockets that you can use. And if you are cycling as well, I know this is going to sound pretty stupid, but
Just get a coat with a zip. There you go. Problem solved.
but you can't wear a coat. But I don't understand what the
You can in this weather. Come on. What
What
have you seen outside?
Why is it okay to wear jogging gear, but you're not allowed to wear cycling gear?
What do you mean?
Well, people don't complain when people wear jogging gear, do they? Oh, you're wearing sweatproof shirt? Oh, no one cares.
I'm not bothered. You can wear whatever you want. The thought of you in lycra was just hilarious. That's all.
Do you know what they call sort of cyclists, middle-aged cyclists?
Dads.
Mammals.
Mammals.
Yes,
Mammals.
middle-aged men in lycra.
No, that makes sense. It's very descriptive.
Yes.
Fair enough. Well, I think we scraped the barrel on that one.
Yes.
So
yes,
I think we're about done.
Are we done? Are we at the full time?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're at time. Thank God this is over. That's all I can say. This has been a really interesting experiment.
Yeah.
So I think next week we'll probably get back to the usual routine. I think is probably likely.
Gotta say, this is the easiest gig I've ever.
I mean,
ever
I'm
had.
telling you what. I mean, it's really not that hard being in the in that seat there.
No, it's not. It's very
Anyway,
easy. Yeah.
Anyway, let's wrap this up. Get this over with. Well, thank you all for listening.
Oh,
If you did, and if you didn't, then I don't know how you would know. But anyway, thank you all for listening to Irrelevant Suggestions. Like, comment, do all the other things, do all the great things that we all want you to do.
Brilliant.
And tune in next Monday for another podcast. I'm sure next time we'll be back to what you're used to. Do you want to sign off? Say bye?
No.
Yeah, fair enough. Bye for now. Bye. Bye.
Bye.